Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Tanushri and the topic for today's presentation is Does sustainability vary among countries? So when we talk about the urbanization and the demographic predictions, we know that by 2050 urbanization is expected to rise by 70%, and this would have implications on various aspects such as water level, temperature, rainfall, air quality, etc. And that would be quite negative with the urban expansion. So, it is very necessary to have urban resilience and sustainability as an essential and integrated concept of planning. So here we can see that every geographical location is not same and it would have different kind of implications when it comes to sustainability. So here it shows the million plus cities all over the world and we can see the concentration is changing across the nations. So when we talk about sustainable development, they are generally talked about in three pillars, that is environmental, social, and economic. All these concerns are not same in all the country, and that is why this very basic definition that was given by Brundtland report says that sustainable development is a development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So when we talk this in concern with various countries, we know that these factors vary as per the country because they have different resources, they have geographical context different, and they have climatic variations, and of course they have different environmental, social, and economic concerns. So when we talk about what does urban sustainability mean, this is a big question in front of all of us. So, sustainability has been redefined time and again by different agencies, and it varies as per the location and the geographical aspects of each of the country. So, if we see various definitions that has been given up till now, the first one we have already read. The second is something to be conserved for a long run. The next definition, which was given by Griggs, says that it is a development that meets the needs of present while safeguarding Earth's life support system. The next definition says that it is a simple idea of making the future healthier and improved. Now, these are not the only definitions. There have been various different definitions given by different scholars and researchers. The best thing about all these definitions is that it doesn't give a very clear, defined aspects to be conserved, and it can have variation as per the nations. But as per over time, these definitions could evolve as well. That is why it is very necessary to have a clear cut definition of sustainability when we talk about different nations. If we see these diagrams, see this is giving the exposure of countries to natural hazard, or the other one which is showing the population growth and density pattern in different nations. If we see these diagrams, it shows that there is not a single trajectory which we can find in all of it. The patterns change as per the concerns, and that is why the sustainability definition cannot be same in all of these countries. So we need to evolve a definition. Now, how to evolve a definition? Because it is very necessary to have country specific definitions, since the UN Agenda 21 also states that sustainability is multidimensional and it depends on the factors which are very much concerned to that particular context. And that is why the first concern which can help us define uh, the sustainability is context. Another thing which is very important to be concerned here is that urbanization is a purely human impact, and as per the time changes, the human movement, socioeconomic shifts, etc., changes, the sustainability definitions can vary. And that is why these two concerns have to be taken into consideration when we are defining sustainability. So, if we want to define sustainability in different contexts or maybe nation specific, then these are the three objectives with which we can evolve the definition. The first is to understand the focus of urban studies worldwide. Second, to identify the priorities of different countries, that is, we are addressing context here. Third, to recognize the difference in decade-wise urgencies of sustainability in different countries. That means we are addressing time over here. So, furthermore, I'll be considering these objectives and we will try to define sustainability. It is very difficult to analyze all the sustainability studies at one go because there have been multiple publications till now, and that is why the tool that is used for defining this is bibliometric analysis tool. Now, what does this tool do? It takes up the all the publications which have been done till now, and then it would statistically and with the help of mathematical methods, it would try to analyze the bibliography as which concerns have been taken into consideration when we talk about a particular nation. For this study, Scopus data was analyzed because it has a good compatibility with tools for bibliometric analysis. The tool for bibliometric analysis was VOSviewer tool. This tool has been developed by Leiden University in Europe. The methodology starts with article search. So it started with searching urban sustainability, environmental sustainability, urban environment, such terms in the Scopus database, and the limitation was taken as 1990 to 2020 year. After screening the articles related to our own concern, we found 1707 articles published between 1990 and 2020. As we have already said that these articles or say sustainability is defined as per different times, so the article analysis was carried out in three phases, that is articles from 1990 2000 as the first phase, second 2000 to 2010, and third 2010 to 2020. The result shows that the worldwide publications have been recently added in a greater number. That means in 2010-2020 we have almost 1385 articles, whereas the other preceding years have lesser articles. Similar trend has been seen in all the other nations as well. So here we have taken top 10 countries who are having most of the publications in this sector. So, after looking at all these articles, it was seen that some of the nations have very less publications in the preceding years, and that is why very a few analysis results could be found out. That is why we have chosen to study or maybe analyze the articles which have more than 15 documents for analysis. So, this is the result which is shown for the analysis of worldwide studies during 2010-2020. Now, what this tool does, it gives an output in this form wherein there are different bubbles. So, bigger the bubble, it shows uh, that aspect was studied more. Lesser the bubble, it shows that it has been studied less. Also, it tries to basket the terms into certain prescribed units, that is maybe the red ones, they are having similar kind of concerns, the ones which are shown in green, they have similar kinds of concerns. So this tool also baskets them into a particular areas of interest. The lines which are joining these bubbles show the interrelationship between these aspects. So this table shows the top 10 keywords from each of the decade, that is 1919 2000, 2000 2010, and 2010 2020. So if we see in 2010 2020, the figure which is showing the same thing, it shows that landscape is the keyword or maybe the aspect which was studied mostly worldwide. The frequency is 742, and the second one is waste, which has the frequency of 714. But if we see the total link strength, that is the links between the bubbles, it shows that waste has more link strength, that is waste has been studied with various aspects more than landscape. Similarly, these figures shows the worldwide studies during 1999, 2000 and 2010. So here we can always see that the number of publications have been increasing as we are moving ahead. They have been divided into different clusters, and these clusters reveals that sustainability aspects, although research in variety, are strongly interlinked. Coming to the country-wise analysis, this is for the US 2010 2020 and 2000 2010. It shows that certain keywords like ecosystem, life, energy, they have been researched for 2 decades, but when it comes to urban environment, now it has been replaced by natural environment. The next one is China. It is very interesting to note that in 2010, they had only 15 keywords which could be seen, but in 2010-2020 there were 72. The number of publications have drastically increased in this decade. When we come to UK, we can see that there are many factors which have been researched for 2 decades constantly. So, health, water quality, water resource, biodiversity, climate change, perception, river, these are some of the keywords which have been researched for 2 decades, and we can see that they have found what exactly is needed for their sustainability or what are the concerns with which they can define sustainability. When it comes to Italy, even though we have not reported here the 2010 data, but we can see that building, water, waste, and nature are some of the keywords which have been researched for 2 decades. When it comes to Australia, we can see that many of the things have been concerned with water because of the geographical location. So everything has been related to water. So water has more connections or link strength with all the factors including urban area, community, climate change, urbanization, etc. Coming to Spain, we can see that two clusters are only formed, and they have concerns. One, which is talking about urban environment, urban planning, urbanization, and the second cluster is talking about health, building, society, light, etc. Coming to Brazil, we can see that society and health are the aspects which are far more studied than the other aspects compared to what has been given as keywords here. When it comes to Netherlands, we know that they have accepted the green and red approach, and that is why they know which aspects have to be studied when they are talking about green approaches and what has to be reduced when they talk about the red approaches. The Indian graph shows that as Indian policies are also talking about infrastructure development, so these aspects are highlighted over here. So, infrastructure, water, waste, energy, these are the things which are found as keywords when we talk about sustainability in Indian context. Coming to the last, that is the 10th country in the line, that is Germany, we can see that it has been divided into 3 clusters. So, one cluster is talking about urban aspects, that is urban environment, urban green space. The second is talking about the climatic aspect, climate change, water, energy. And third is talking about the ecosystem related to urbanization and urban area. With this study, we can conclude that sustainability is a huge umbrella that encompasses various aspects. The clustering result shows that although research has been increased multifold, they are interrelated. This study was useful in analyzing the data for different countries for different decades. Although they have different focus of concerns, the urgencies and priorities could be defined in different contexts. This study can help in analyzing or identifying the urgent uh, concerns in the countries and try to define its urgencies and sustainability in that concern. Thank you so much. I think this might be useful to you. Thank you.